Minnesota Vikings fans lived through the cornerback wasteland last year. Not so much. But the Vikings made a point of emphasis this offseason, and the situation actually isn't so bad, even though everyone's leaving free agency. Vikings sort of stuck, but whatever. We know that Xavier Rhodes has been a trash heap the last 2 seasons. An atrocious trash heap. Almost alliteration there. Trae Waynes also. I mean, I liked Waynes. He certainly didn't live up to being the number 11 overall pick, but I think he was a solid cornerback too. But also, he struggled last year too. In 2019, he was targeted 90 times. He had a 70% completion percentage rate. Not great. As well as gave up 5 touchdowns, which was the exact same as Xavier Rhodes. And also gave up a quarterback rate of 105.6 when thrown out. So, not great. But he can tackle. Hey, he can tackle. Roll Tide. Cool. And so the Vikings did need a reboot at cornerback. The only one I would have had back is Mac. But, of course, Mac decided to sign Cincinnati for peanuts because he had issues with the way that they handled his injury towards the end of the year. Whatever. But, Mike Zimmer does have this reputation for being the cornerback whisperer. Now, to a degree, it's certainly earned. Although, Deion Sanders, how much whispering did he need to get, right? But you look at Terrence Newman in Dallas and Cincinnati, then, of course, here with the Vikings. Same thing with Leon Hall. Same thing. Getting the best out of Pac-Man Jones finally in Cincinnati. Zimmer did that. So there's credit there. Plus, here in Minnesota. So, remember 2013 Xavier Rhodes, this trying to jam him into a cover 2 system, Leslie Frazier, Tampa 2, go back and look at the tape. And just this injury prone, some people want to write him off as a bust after 1 year. Zimmer comes in and turns him into Xavier frickin' Rhodes 3 years in, right? Last couple of years, maybe not so much, but it's fine. As well as I think got the most out of Trae Waynes, as well as really coming along with Mackensie Alexander. Plus, Captain Munley. It took a year, which you don't necessarily want in a 3-year contract, basically having a redshirt year, but he got there, and Captain was really great in the scheme as well. So I do have faith in what Zimmer wants to do here. Also, Mike Hughes one time. A year and a half fully removed from that ACL. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully everything with the vertebra is good to go as well. Holton Hill, if he can actually stay on the field, I think that he is a legit talent, but also you see why he did fall to be a UDFA, even though he's probably a 3rd or 4th round talent just because of all the stuff. And then also rookies TBD. Vikings should be looking probably day 1, probably day 2, maybe even later, with 12 draft picks, probably circling back and doubling back on cornerback. And then the rest of the roster, are they going to be ready to rock and roll? I do have faith. I really do, because frankly, let's be honest here. They can't be any worse than last year. Nailed it. Also, here's part of it too. Cornerbacks are only as good as their pass rush. And if the Vikings can generate any sort of interior pass rush at all this year, instead of having to kick in Fadi and Weatherly on the inside, where, respect. Zimmer was trying to work his way around the problem creatively, and he deserves some credit there. But also, shouldn't have let Shelton Richardson go. Come on. But yeah, I get it. Cap, even the hashtag Cap's a Medell thing. But if you're able to actually get something from your actual defensive tackles, like Shamar Stephen, Jalen Holmes, can we get anything? Same thing with Julio Johnson, Hercules Mataafa. Everyone was inept on the inside. That's why you had to kick Fadi and Weatherly on the inside. So if the Vikings are able to get any sort of semblance of interior pass rush, I think that's greatly going to help out the cornerbacks as well. But like we said, obviously, do need to be looking to draft cornerbacks. 12 picks, very solid cornerback class. Day 1, day 2. Go up and get Jeff Okudah one time. C.J. Henderson, why not? But you look at the rest of the roster. Like I said, I believe in Mike Hughes. I think he can fully bounce back and become that alpha dog CB1. Holton Hill can play at a high level if he can actually stay on the freaking field. And it's not just the substance abuse ones. The PEDs haven't really changed in terms of the new CBA, so he's got to watch that too. They clearly let Chris Boyd, the 7th rounder out of Texas last year. I think he could potentially work in some safety as well. Nate Metters out of UCLA had a phenomenal preseason. I'd love to see what he can bring in year 2. Markus Sailes, the CFL project, Pride of West Georgia coming in. Let's go, baby. Also, remember they traded a 7th rounder to the Chiefs last year for Mark Fields. So can he get something going in year 2? Possibly. And also, Kamon Hall is the name of a person. There. The Vikings cornerback room is not bare. I know a lot of people want to poo-poo on Holton Hill and are ready to give up on Mike Hughes, except I'm not ready to do that yet. Plus, there will be an infusion of talent here from the rookies, but the rest of the young guys too, I think they could step up. It's really going to hurt not having OTAs or a rookie camp as well, but That's a disadvantage that all other teams are going to have as well. But I think the Vikings are better off without Rhodes. I think it is really addition by subtraction. Waynes was not worth $14 million a year, so even though he was fine, not $14 million fine, and Mac wanted back. Mac didn't want to come back. Jack. So draft some talent, blend it with the young, hungry dudes coming in. Mike Hughes, Holton Hill step up, and then Zimmer and Durante Jones can coach them up, and let's go hunt. Let's go do this. It's going to be okay. Tranquilo. But your thoughts? Vikings cornerbacks this year. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us on the Venmo. Plus give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol, production value.